Welcome back to the channel, guys. It feels so amazing to be able to talk to you guys again. There's been a million things going on in life right now. You know what? Let's sit down and talk about it. Right now, I'm gonna let you guys know where I'm at. I'm at Doghouse Poker Room in Cypress, Texas. This is about an hour away from my house. But you guys hopped in the comments and you guys told me to come here the most. The only place you guys told me to come more than here was the lodge. And the lodge is like 3 hours from my house. And we'll go to the lodge a lot soon. But right now we're in Doghouse Poker Room in Cypress, Texas. You know what? Let me sit down so I can talk to you guys. So, there's been a lot of things going on lately. First off, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to apologize because I know you guys haven't seen me in a while. There's been a lot of things going on. I'm not going to make any excuses. I'm just going to simply explain. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you already know that I hired an editor. And not only did I hire an editor, I flew him to Houston. You guys saw the whole process. I flew him to Houston to where he can watch me edit in person because he's a way better editor than me. But there's just a lot of things that I just can't do. I don't know how to do. So I put everything on my story. Y'all saw me go to the airport. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you saw me go to the airport. You saw me meet him. You saw me work with him, film with him. I know a lot of you guys are wondering why haven't I posted in over 2 weeks. Guys, a lot of this was out of my control. Normally, it would have been my normal 1 week, but working, I listened to you guys and I got an editor and it just didn't go well. It didn't go well because he ran off with my footage, guys. I'm not gonna show his face or anything like that. If you follow me on Instagram, you already saw his face, you already know his name. But it's just like, I paid for 2 videos. The last helmet video I paid for, he helped me with the intro. I did everything else myself. The video that I would have posted last week, I haven't heard from him in over 2 days. And I was already supposed to have that footage a while ago. I still don't have the footage. I haven't heard from him in over 2 days.
So a quick update on the whole editor situation. I just heard from him today on Wednesday, April 24th, and he informed me that he had an unexpected death in his family and he lost his cell phone as well. So first I'm going to say on here, just like I told him, I'm sorry for his loss. But he also must have lost his computer and every other iCloud device that had my number on it because I lost a family member this week as well. But if I was paid for a project and we agreed on the due date, I would at least communicate and reach out about what's going on, especially if it's already past the due date that we agreed on. But I did hear from him, but still no footage. Okay, so back to the video.
So it's just me now. But going through that whole situation and hiring an editor, paying him, flying him to Houston, because I'm really serious. I'm trying to take this, I'm really taking this serious. Flying him to Houston, bringing him in my home so he could watch me edit. I'm serious about this YouTube stuff, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching me. I'm sorry if I let some of you guys down for me taking so long to post, but I'm just giving you guys a peek behind the curtain on what's been going on, why I haven't been posting anymore. But to make a long story short, because we're about to get into the poker hands, to make a long story short, I paid him for 2 videos. He helped me with the intro for the last helmet video. I did the rest of the video myself. The video that I was supposed to post last week, I still haven't had it. I haven't talked to him in 3 days. I don't know where it's at. So I'm posting today. I'm filming today. It's 5:53. I'm at Doghouse Poker Room in Cypress, Texas. I will post this video on Thursday. Come hell or high water, so my tomorrow is ruined. I have no plans for tomorrow. I'm just gonna sit down and edit. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize for the wait. I promise you it won't take this long no more. But look, enough talking. Let's get into these poker hands, guys.
Hold on, now we can't get into the hands without me first showing you guys this awesome setup here at Doghouse. Let's start with how the color scheme and the atmosphere is a 10 out of 10. They have a full bar with complimentary food and drinks. They have beautiful art all over the place. And I've never got footage from inside a restroom before, but I thought this basketball hoop was too cool. And no, it wasn't me who missed the hoop. But let's get into the first interesting hand when I look down at Ace Jack off and hopefully start crushing souls and taking people's rent money right off the bat. Up, raise it up to $20, dealer. I'm new here and I don't want to waste any time. I have to get the gas money back that it took to drive all the way out here. I get 2 callers and we're headed 3 ways to the flop.
3 players. Thank you, Jeff. Check.
The flop comes Ace King 3 Rainbow. So I flop top pair on my first raised pot. And I haven't played with any of these players before, and I could be wrong, but it looks like a soft table to me. I mean, I thought this was the doghouse. It doesn't look like the doghouse to me. It looks like a bunch of puppies ready to take turns giving me all of their money. 40.
40.
I bet $40 with my top pair and I get one caller. Heads up to the turn.
Heads up. Check.
The turn comes the 4 of diamonds and my opponent checks it over to me. And I'm looking at my opponent and I'm starting to get solid/knit vibes. Meaning that I'm perceiving him to be a tighter/solid player from the 5 hands that I've played with him so far. So I decide to check back this turn card. Let's evaluate the river.
Check.
Okay, so I raised pre-flop and my opponent only called the $20. He only called the $40 on the flop. He checked back the turn, and now he's checking the river. At this point in the hand, I'm sure that I would have heard from all better hands than me by now. So it's time to go for thin value here with my top pair. I'm new to the doghouse, but I gotta show them that I'm the big dog. I decided to bet $85 on this blank river. Now let's see what he does.
You want some reds or you good? 5.
Yeah, that's fine.
Call. Ace Jack. Ace King.
I get snapped off with Ace King? He didn't re-raise with that pre-flop? He didn't raise the flop? He checked back the turn and checked the river? Keep an eye out for that guy, Valdez. I see we have some rats in the doghouse. Next hand. About 40 minutes has passed and nothing really of note has happened. This actually turns out to be a pretty solid table with no one really getting out of line. Well, in this hand, I look down at pocket nines in the small blind, and the one bad player at the table raises it up to $15. 2 players call the $15, and when it gets back to me, I actually don't hate a re-raise in this spot. I mean, playing pocket nines out of the small blind multi-way, you're just gonna run into so many flops that you don't love. But in this situation, I decided to just call because of who raised. I know that if I can flop Jin, I can just check it to him and he'll give me his whole stack. So I decided to just call and we go 4 ways to the flop.
4 players.
Oh wait, I wasn't actually expecting to flop the nuts. Okay, Valdez, this is your spot. And the one terrible player at the table is the pre-flop aggressor. What are you going to do? In this spot, I was pretty sure that the pre-flop aggressor was going to bet. That's the only reason I decided to check in this spot. All night he had been loving to c-bet with little to nothing, as long as he was the pre-flop aggressor. So I decided to check it over to him and just pray he bets.
Check.
He bets as expected and one other player makes the call. Now if I had a hand like pocket tens in this spot or a hand like ace nine and I sense weakness, I would normally raise big here. But with top set in this spot, I decided to bet a little smaller than I normally would. I wanted to keep all of the pre-flop aggressor's bluffs from folding. And by the small chance that he actually had a decent draw, even if he did somehow get there on the turn, I would have so many outs on the river. So I decided to raise it up to $75. Now let's see what he does.
I want it. 325.
Yep, this is our spot. At a conservative table with the one wild player shoving all in right into the nuts. Let's call off this 325 and show these players who's the big dog.
Cross 325. Turn go. Showtime. Ace queen of clubs.
That's good.
325. $325. Buttons right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so this is the part where I act like I'm unfazed and take a bite of my food like nothing happened. But in reality, in real time, man, I'm on mega tilt. This is some bullshit if I ever seen it. Well, in this case, let me say this some dog shit. Because I'm in the doghouse losing all ins to dog shit players. This was my one spot and now it's down the drain. He ripped his whole stack in on a flush draw and got rewarded. And there's gonna be some dummy in the comment section who's gonna tell me, he had the right odds. Oh, shove it where the sun don't shine. And I tried my very best to be a professional and tell that man, nice hand. But my lips physically wouldn't let me do it. You saw that baby laugh I just did? Yes, that's all I showed. But in my head, oh, I was breaking shit like that meme y'all just saw. Now I'm stuck. Let's see if I can claw back. Man, next hand. Next hand, where I look down at King Queen of Diamonds on the button and there's been a raise to $10 and a call. And here I am on the third hand of the vlog and I'm just now realizing that I didn't tell you guys the stakes I'm playing. This is a 1-2 mandatory call 5 game. Now let me explain it to you guys because the amazing staff here at the Doghouse had to explain it to me. So basically the small blind is $1, the big blind is $2, and anyone else who wants to play their hand, it's a mandatory $5. So if Under the Gun wanted to just call the $2, he or she wouldn't be able to. It's a mandatory $5 to call. So it's basically a 1-2-5 game that I bought in for $500, but I'm already in for $1,500 because of rats in the doghouse. But now that you guys are all caught up, let's get back to this hand. I raise it up to $35 and get 2 callers. Let's head 3 ways to the flop. The flop comes Queen 6 Deuce Rainbow, and this is a pretty dry board. I was going to bet a little smaller on this dry flop, but I noticed the cutoff to my right wanted to bet through my peripheral, but he decided to check instead. So with this information, I'm putting him on a smaller queen for sure. So I decided to bet $50 on this flop instead of my normal $30 to $35. The cutoff is the only caller, and we go heads up to the turn.
Oh, heads up.
We get to the turn and it's the 8 of diamonds, so I turn a flush draw to go along with my top pair and my opponent checks it over to me. He's been snug all night, so I'm sticking with my read. I was positive this guy had a queen. The only problem was his stack size. He only had about $185 behind, so I only had 2 options. I could try to milk his queen for $75, but that would only leave him with a little over $100. Or I could just go all in and get him to commit with his queen now. Well, I'm stuck, so I decide to go with the latter and rip it. Let's see what he does.
All in.
Man, of course he makes the correct fold. Maybe I should have just bet the $75. But I didn't think he would fold top pair for a little over pot-sized bet. That guy had a queen for sure. He's not calling $50 on the flop with less than that. I can count on one hand how many hands I saw that guy play all night. But hey, sometimes this is how it goes. You can't get paid off every time. Let's go outside for a real-time update.
All right, so it looks like so far I'm throwing the party. I'm in for 1,500, and you gotta win when you get it all in with the nuts. You gotta win, and I lost when I had the nuts pocket nines to ace queen. I I just so happened to get it in with the only wild player at the table. These players all know how to play. Like, it's super tight. But, I like playing. I mean, I don't mind switching it up. I like playing with players like this as well. It shows, like, you got to work on your patience. You got to work on actually playing and not just beating, like, people who don't have no clue what they're doing. But I finally got it in good with the one player at the table that was wild. And he got there on the turn. He went all in for over $300 with ace high flush. And we lost. And then when I just went all in with king queen suited on the button, on the turn, on the flop, I saw that he wanted to bet, but instead he checked it to me. So I put him on at least a queen or better, which is why I jammed the turn instead of betting like 75 on the turn because he only had like 150 left. I was gonna bet 75, but I figured I put him on a queen or better. He had a queen or better, so I jammed. He folded a queen. That's how tight they're playing right now. But yeah, man. So we're stuck throwing the party. I'm probably stuck about 500. Or be patient, play solid, and I'll probably be here for like 3 more hours. Damn, shawty. What y'all got going on, DOGHOUSE? Y'all trying to get me demonetized? I'm trying to film. Oh shit, we not going in there. Let's focus. Let's go this way. I might have to blur that out, but let's let's go run it up.
We're back inside from our real-time update when we look down at 10-8 of diamonds in middle position. I limped the $5 mandatory call and the button raises it up to $20. Now this is the guy from the first hand of the night. And it turns out, yes, this guy is super solid. Literally only plays the nuts if he can. But he raises it up to $20, and when two players make the call before me, you better believe that I'm not folding for only $15 more. So I call, the cutoff makes the call as well, and we go 5 ways to the flop.
Five saves.
We flop a flush draw and it gets checked all the way around. Let's see the turn. The turn is a 7 of clubs, so we turn a gut shot to go along with our flush draw. When under the gun leads for $75, I don't believe him, because I've seen him lead light when other players show weakness a couple times tonight. So my plan is to bluff the river when I miss, if he shuts the bluff down. My plans quickly kind of change when the button makes the call as well for $75. Now I'm wondering if my flush draw is even good. That's the problem with playing these middling suited cards in middle position. But the button makes the call and we're headed 3 ways to the river.
Three players.
The river is the 4 of diamonds, and when under the gun checks, I know I have to bet my flush. The only problem is that the button called, which means my flush can be no good. Well, I'm just going to have to deal with the fact that the button is going to show up here some of the times with a higher flush. But I didn't make my flush not to bet it. And when under the gun checks it over to me, I decide to bet $225 on this river, targeting hands like 2 pair of hands who may not believe me or any hand containing a 5 that under the gun could have. So I bet $225. Now let's see what happens.
Hold. All right, guys, that's my time. New deal. Thank you for the tips. Good luck, everybody.
The button insta-mucked because he didn't have the nuts, of course, and UTG eventually makes the fold as well. You can see me visibly frustrated, but some days you just won't get paid off like you think you should. We're gambling, baby. Everything isn't gonna be all peaches and cream, but this is the most money we've made in a hand all night. So let's see if we can build off this momentum and start to climb out of this hole. In the very next hand, we have a double board bomb pot. Here at Doghouse, they do them every dealer change and each player puts in $6 pre-flop. We look down at Ace King 10-7 with Ace High Hearts. Now let's see two flops. The flop gets checked all the way around and I turn the nuts on the bottom with my full house. And now that I have half of this pot locked all the way up, it's time for me to start trying to build this pot. I bet $35, 3 players make the call. Now let's see 2 river cards. The river gets checked to me, and I know that if I get one caller, then I'm splitting this pot, because I have absolutely nothing on the top. The only way that I can scoop this pot is if I try to get everyone else to fold. My goal with this bet sizing of pot is to either get everyone else to fold, or to get more than one player to call, so myself and whoever wins the top board can chop their money. So we didn't get the scoop, but we did get more than one player to call, so we ended up making more money. We chopped this pot with the same player from earlier that shoved on us with the flush draw and got there. But we finally made money on 2 hands in a row tonight. Now let's get to the last interesting hand of this session. And yep, it's another double board bomb pot.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You see Donna tell her.
You want to get on the vlog?
Huh?
Oh, no.
It don't matter to me.
Quiet over here.
Hold on, wait. Let's use this one.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, Miss Donna, it's your lunch partner.
Hey, Miss Donna. He said, hey. What's your name, man?
Kent.
Kent said, hey, Miss Donna. Live from Doghouse.
Today and Thursday. You're welcome.
In this double board bomb pot, we flopped the second nut flush draw on the top and a set of jacks on the bottom. UTG bets $35. Hoping to improve on both boards on the turn, I make the call along with 3 other players. Now let's see 2 turn cards.
5 players.
UTG pots it on the turn, and this is one of those spots that can get players in trouble. I see players commit themselves with hands like these all of the time. Yes, I have the second nut flush draw on the top and the bottom, along to go with my straight outs and my boat outs on the bottom as well. But I didn't want to commit myself with 3 other players behind me still left to act. I also have in mind that the button called the flop. And guys, trust me, this guy only played the nuts. So in real time, I'm thinking my flush draw could be no good on both boards either. I like to think of poker as one big lifelong session. And with hopefully thousands and thousands of more hours left to play in my life, hopefully, I decided to fold and pick a better spot. But I'm kind of invested in this last hand. Let's see how it played out.
How much is it?
215.
You guys can hear me say God damn, and that was because I was surprised that the button made the call. Trust me, he's not putting $215 in his pot without monster hands on both of these boards. Let's head to the river.
I'm all in. Oh, they're all in? I'm all. Never mind. I think I got the nuts.
Hold on. He's in for this. He said call. He said all in. You're right. Call. All right, go ahead.
I think I got them both too. The straight plus on top. Plus and
You have straight flush on the bottom?
no, I have plus on the bottom and up.
But he's got the nut. Oh, nut flush, yeah.
And the plus on
All
top.
right, he's got king 10 on bottom flush.
Good lord!
And then on top, he's got quad king.
That's nuts.
Whoa! Sick.
Quads with a straight flush.
What you got? You got enough. All right.
What a setup hand.
Wow, good hand, Mario.
Make sure, sir.
What a setup hand. Y'all saw what I had? That's crazy. So as you guys saw, he had quad kings on the top and the nut flush on the bottom. He also turned the nut straight on the bottom as well. But he ended up with the nuts on both boards to scoop this pot that was over $1,600. I was very happy that I only lost $41 in his hand. But my time here for now is up and my session is over. It's time to cash out and see what the damage was.
Have a great night.
Thank you too.
Drive safe.
All right, guys. And just like that, we're out. We were in. We were in for 1,500. We were out for less than 1,500. We're out for 1,150. I don't know. It's right here. But this environment is awesome. As you guys can see, it's really nice in here. Like, look at this nice couch. Like, it's really nice in here. As far as how I played, I think I played pretty solid. I obviously could play better. I should have took a little bit more time to learn who I was playing with. Like I said, I was stuck I probably ended up being like stuck by 350, but I think if I win that one hand where I had top set against the nut flush draw, then it's easily a winning session. So sometimes poker is all about the margins and winning one hand. I mean, sometimes you just gotta hold up. I gotta hold up in that spot where I got top set, where I have the nuts on the flop. I need to hold up. And if you don't hold up, sometimes it could turn into a losing session. But today is April 23rd, and I promise you guys, this video, Hell or High Water, will be posted on April 25th. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you guys for hanging in there. I apologize. I promise you guys that I will not take this long to post again. I don't know if you guys saw. If you're watching this part right now, then I know you saw the beginning where I basically talked about what took me so long to post and what happened, and briefly. But it's no more excuses. From here on out, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. We took an L today, $350 L. But like I said, that's all the results of one hand. If that hand go different, then I could easily be up for 400 or 500. So we take those flips. I love DOGHOUSE. They were so nice. Nobody had any problems with anything I had going on. The people were nice. The staff was excellent. The atmosphere is 10 out of 10. They have a live stream, so I will be live streaming here. This might be the first place I live stream. So look out for the live stream. And yeah, so y'all put in the comments where y'all want to see me next. And also this new camera, right? So as you guys can see, this camera can do a lot of things. So right now I have it as for my face, right? It's like the second angle for my face. But I always ask you guys at the end, because you guys are more invested in my videos because you're still watching. So I ask you guys for your opinion. What else could I use this camera for? Like, do you guys want it on my face? Do you guys want it on something else? Any suggestions you guys have for what I can do with this camera? Because this is my traveling second angle. So this is gonna be the second angle I use when I travel. So, put in the comment section. What do you guys think I should use this camera angle for? I think seeing my live reactions is fine, even though it's close up. I mean, it'll do. It's pretty good for traveling. So, I'm checking out from Cypress, Texas. It's time to go home and edit this video. I just want to say thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys, and see you guys soon. Good luck on the felts. Take care. I have a YouTube channel, and I just vlog poker, basically vlog the poker hands. That's basically it. So I just show the ups and downs of playing poker. That's me, man. I appreciate you looking it up, bro.
So are you streaming or just recording?
No, I'm just recording, and then I edit it, and then I post it later. Yeah.
What is that? A GoPro?
It's like a what you call it thing. So
it follows.
it follows me. Yeah.
Damn.
That's sick.
Oh, said like he's in the background like this.
Yeah, it goes like, even if I stand up, like it'll just come all the way up.
That is loud as fuck. I ain't gonna count.
That's cool as hell.
Huh?
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's connected. It's connected to the mic.